think I'm live. Today I'm using my new camera setup, which I'm pretty excited about because the picture quality is better, but it also means I can't really see too well if you're chatting to me, but I'm usually too busy cooking anyway. I wonder if you guys can hear me. My laptop's over there, but you're over here. We'll see if we get a few people joining and we'll get started. We're doing something different today, so I'm pretty excited. I can see some of the chat. So this is my awesome new necklace that my dad got me. Very cool. I love it. And you guys can hear me, so this is pretty cool. So today I'm doing something a little bit different. I have a new camera set up, which I hope the picture quality and the audio quality is better. Hoping to make these videos a little bit more enjoyable to watch as we go forward. And then I have a surprise because we are not cooking dinner today. We're making a dessert. And it's going to be super delicious. It's something that I sort of avoided when I first went vegan because it was so like trendy and popular. And then I actually made it one night and I was like, why haven't I been making this before now? So what we are making today is banana ice cream, so frozen banana ice cream. So in this video, we're going to put together two different sort of flavors, and I'll give you tons of different options. But this is a super healthy and cheap way to make your own dessert. And it sounds like some big thing, but it's actually super easy. And for what it is, super delicious. So again, I've been trying to get a bit healthier with my eating habits. So I wanted something that would like satisfy my sweet tooth, and this totally does it. So let's get our stuff out of the freezer. So one big tip when you are freezing anything, so if you're freezing veggies, if you're like, I freeze a lot of kale because they sell it in giant chunks and I can't eat all that kale. Or fruit, is cut it up and put it on a cookie tray first. And then what that does is it allows the items to freeze your fingertips under the cookie tray, but it also allows everything to like freeze in individual pieces. And then once it's frozen, then take it and put it in a container or a bag. So that is my huge kitchen saving tip. And it's a really good thing to do with anything that you have in the fridge that might be going off soon. Like freeze it and use it in something later so you don't waste it, because food is a horrible thing to waste. So on this tray, I have a bunch of bananas sliced up, and you can see like they've been in the fridge for a couple of days and they're not brown. So it lasts pretty well. And then I had some leftover pineapple, and I didn't know how this would go, but I also froze some watermelon. And actually just frozen fruit is like a good snack sometimes. So make it like a little more crunchy. I don't think I can eat that all. It's so cold. I might have to spit it out. Okay, gone. Don't do that on live YouTube, people. That is my tip to you. So anyway, I'm going to show you how to make, the base is always going to be bananas, and then we're going to make sort of a tropical healthy version. Well, it's both a healthy version, and then we're going to make like a chocolatey version. So this is what you need here. And then the other things that you need for sure with the bananas is you're going to need a little bit of plant milk. So I have some of this new Silk oat milk. You just need a splash of it, or you can actually use canned coconut like milk that you would use, say, in a curry. So whenever you make a curry, just keep like a little extra coconut milk aside, and then you can use that in your ice cream. And you will need a food processor. So I just have this little one, which is totally fine for us. This thing is actually amazing for the price that it was. Or you can use a big food processor. I find that using like an actual blender with the tall canister is not that great, because everything kind of gets like stuck down inside. So I even use this food processor over my Vitamix. So there you go. So don't go crazy buying a Vitamix for this. And then usually it's better with some, if you like bananas, just have it plain like that. But then you want to have some extra stuff. So the first one I'm going to make is going to be just the bananas and pineapple and watermelon. And then I'll show you how to make the chocolatey one and all the different toppings that you can use. So again, this is my new camera setup. I'm going to see how it goes to set you guys up to view the bottom part. And I can even zoom in a little bit. Look at that. What? So cool. So in the blender, you're going to put your bananas. So again, I have these on a tray, but you're going to have these in a container. So I just have to scrape these. And the bananas are great because they won't freeze. They're not going to freeze as solid as the rest of the fruit will. So they give it like kind of a mushy, which gives you that actual sort of, it's going to end up being like a soft serve texture. So it's going to be pretty awesome. So we'll put some of our bananas. That's probably just about one medium banana in there. And that's enough for one person. And then we'll put some of our pineapple. Again, this is on the cookie tray. It's really easy to take off, or it'll be in a container. And we're going to put a little bit of watermelon in and see how that turns out. I've never frozen watermelon before. So that's the basis, and you can just have that if you like. And then we're going to put some of our oat milk in. So I just start with a little splash. Like, you still want this to be ice cream texture. So it might take like a little bit of, you know, testing it out to see what you want. So you've got that in there. And with this type of fruit stuff, I find it sweet enough. But if you want a little bit more sweet, you can put something like maple syrup in. So then we'll put the lid on. And my food processor isn't the greatest, so I always do this because sometimes the liquid comes out the side, and we're going to puree it. I'm going to see if you guys can see in there. You just want to puree it until it gets like an ice cream texture. So you can see it's starting to already get very soft. We just have a little bit more bits in it, so I'm just gonna, one more minute there. So this is already looking fantastic. So you see you have that ice cream texture. So it's not going to be chunky or watery. The bananas are actually going to make it into this amazing ice cream texture. So we're just going to get all of it out. And that's a lot, actually. I thought I was making a little bit, but this is like a huge amount. So this is the stuff you always see on Instagram where they like put it in a coconut bowl and do all this stuff to it. So that is exactly what we're going to do. So there we have our amazing texture, and I'm going to try it. Oh yeah. So that's very tropical, but for sure it's definitely sweet enough as it is. I wouldn't add anything to that. But that nice soft serve thing. And again, this is like some Instagram trend that like you think is dumb, but is actually delicious. So for a healthy version, if you want, or I guess like a more fruity version, you can put some more fresh fruit on top. I got some raspberries. I don't even know my own fruit. And then we've got a little bit of hemp seeds are always good in there. And I've got some chopped up almonds. Look at that. And then we've got some dark chocolate chunks. So this is our first version of it. Look at this. That is our first version. So this is more of like the healthy version. And I'm just looking at my chat, so I I hope you guys can hear me. So this is kind of like the more fruity version, if you will. And then other stuff you can put on top are like these little, they're called good bites. They're like little squares, brownie squares. We've got coconut lemon, so those are great. So this is our first version. But the version that I like the most, I'm going to make next. But I'm going to put this in the freezer for later. Now we are going to make a crazy version. So in this version, I'm going to, again, get my bananas. And they're going to go in. Actually, I got to put my blender piece back in first. And I got to work fast because these bananas are defrosting. So yeah, you don't need to defrost any of your fruit. The only thing I would do is like if you're using like frozen fruit from the grocery store that comes in the little bags, like PC has their frozen raspberries, those actually get super hard, and those you might want to leave out of the fridge for a bit. But if you freeze your own like this and they're just in there for a few days, you're not going to need to defrost them at all. So like if you get these, definitely take them out first. All right, so let's do this super speedy like, and we're gonna go down, and hopefully the volume is better. And I realized that the blender was probably pretty loud for this camera, so let's check it out. All right, so there we go. So we have our bananas. We have our little bit of oat milk, right? So you always want to have that. And then something that is amazing to add, and it just adds so much flavor, is some cocoa powder. So you guys can see that. And then I actually like putting quite a bit in. So we're going to like 2 tablespoons there. And then again, like cocoa doesn't have any sugar in it, so it's pretty good. And then we're going to do a little bit of smooth peanut butter. Oh, that's really chunky. So we'll pop that in there. I love peanut butter. And that's it for that part. So good luck with the volume here. Let's see how it goes. It goes so quick. It's so awesome. And it just turns into this amazing looking dessert. And another thing that I like to add into this recipe is if you have frozen raspberries. So actually, maybe we can pop 2 of our fresh raspberries in here. But frozen raspberries, bananas, and chocolate is like, oh my God. Awesome. So let's get this into our bowl too. Move this out of the way. And it's now starting to look a little bit more like pudding because it's getting warm on the bananas, but you're still going to get that soft serve kind of texture. Or if you like it more pudding, you can leave it like that. So, look at that. So just amazing. So we've got our chocolate, banana, raspberry, peanut butter. Any kind of mix with the chocolate is awesome. And then I'm going to put more of the dark chocolate sort of bites in there. I got those at Bulk Barn. They were super cheap. So dark chocolate chunks for baking are amazing. And then actually what I'm going to do for this, it's going to be a little bit crazy to you, but I put some barbecue peanuts on it. So if you're someone that likes salty and sweet, this is amazing. So we'll put a little bit of that. So good. All right. So let's do a taste test of this one. This one I really wanted to taste test. I'll eat the other one later for sure, but I wanted to test this out. So let's see. Amazing. And it's funny because I don't really like bananas, but when you add all the different fruit and toppings to it, You can't even taste the banana. It's crazy. Like, I could eat this for dinner. Look at this. The flavor is so good, and actually the peanut, I haven't had peanut butter in it in a while, and it really amped it up. So, some other options you can have, if you like, is if you use oat milk. This is a little canister to make chai tea. If you got the oat milk and you made a chai tea in the oat milk, you could put that in the ice cream and then would give it a chai flavor, which is really amazing. You can also use some of these chocolate syrups. So most of these sort of plain chocolate syrups are accidentally vegan. So these are pretty safe to use and obviously good for like making hot chocolate. So that's one option. And then to layer it up, if you have chocolate or you have your cocoa powder, then add some peppermint extract. And so you have like a chocolate peppermint flavor. And then what you can do around the holidays is break up some candy canes and sprinkle those on top. And that makes it like with the peppermint, if you put a lot of cocoa powder or you got that dark cocoa powder and the peppermint, it's insane. It will be so good. And all you'll be eating is bananas. It's bananas, literally. So good. So I really hope you try this. Again, it was something that surprised me because I really didn't like bananas, but I was looking for something sweet to eat that was healthy, and it totally satisfies. And you can have a giant bowl. Like if you do 2 bananas, it's a giant bowl of ice cream, and you basically just ate 2 bananas. So it's fantastic. So again, thank you guys so much for joining in and logging each week. I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate it. I can't see the chat, but I'll get back to you later. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Please share it with friends. All the subscribers help just growing the vegan community and trying to show people that vegan food is easy and delicious to prepare, and just something that's great for the environment and yourselves and of course the animals. So awesome. Like this video, please share it around, and share my channel and make delicious vegan food. And thanks for your patience with all my technical stuff going on. Bye. Thank you. I'm going to check the chats now. Goodbye for real.